Alrighty, hola clase, buenos días. ¿Cómo están? How's midterm week going? Is it stressful or is it okay? Okay? Eh? Morgan says thumbs down. Charles says thumbs down. Yeah, I know. But get through it and then it's next week and you got nothing to do. So that's the good news, right? All right. Well, today is our review day. Got your midterm for me tomorrow. So let's make the most of our time together here and do a little reviewing. So, just thinking, Sandra, you know what? You're early. It's only period three. Period three. Okay, so listen, let's talk in detail about what your quiz is going to look like tomorrow. And then we're going to do a little review together and some Kahoot. And that's it. Give you some tips on what to study. So first of all, your midterm is tomorrow. Okay, you want to get here as soon as you can so I can give you the whole period to work. It's not that different than any of the other tests or quizzes you've had for me. It is covers the second part of chapter 1, so 1B, and basically there are 3 things in there. There is vocab, there is saber and conocer, and comparisons. Okay, if you have notes on all of those things, then you're in good shape. If you are missing your notes on anything, then you should look under my class resources, and there's notes on all of those topics and practice, etc. So you have resources to use. Today we're going to do a Kahoot, and if you want to go back and rewatch the Kahoot, questions are taken pretty much either from the quiz or the idea is taken from the quiz and then modified. So that Kahoot should give you some good practice. You're welcome to go back and relook at that tonight and make sure you're good to go. So set up, you know, it's not a big vocab quiz. There'll be a listening section where you need to know your vocab. There will be a reading section where there's vocab involved, and I might ask you to do a little bit of writing using some vocab. So that's where the vocab kind of comes into play. It's not a big vocab quiz. And then, like I said, there'll be some saber and conocer and making comparisons. So that's kind of the overview. And then on Thursday and Friday, we just have a couple little things to go over, nothing major there. And then we'll wrap up the week. So that's kind of where we're headed. Questions for me in general about the quiz, what to expect, what's on it. We're going to do one more little clarification on saber and conocer in a minute. Anything you want to ask for the good of the group, you can put it in the chat or you can just unmute and ask. Anyone? Okay. Well, I would like to show you, I have one more little review video on saber and conocer that I found that does a nice little recap of everything. It is under your current lesson. I'll just play it for the group. But again, if you want to go back and replay it, or if you're having some technology problem and you can't see it, it's there. So you can go back and replay it. I think it covers everything pretty much that I need to know about saber and conocer. So it's a nice little review. So let's do that. And then we'll play our Kahoot and see where we're at. So, yeah, you would just direct your attention up here for like 2 or 3 minutes. You'll get one more good review on saber and conocer. And I mean, look at these guys. They are pretty funny. So here you go.
Saber y conocer, they both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other. Saber
Uh-oh.
y conocer, they both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other. Primero conjuguemos saber. Yo sé, tú sabes, usted sabe. Nosotros, nosotras sabemos. Ellos, ustedes, ellas saben. Conjuguemos conocer. Yo conozco, tú conoces, él, ella, usted conoce. Nosotros conocemos, ustedes, ellos conocen. Saber y conocer. They both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other. Saber y conocer. They both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other. Luis sabe nadar. He's talking about knowing how to do something. Yo sé la verdad. He's talking about fact. Yo sé, tú sabes, usted sabe. Nosotros, nosotras sabemos. Ellos, ustedes, ellas saben. Saber y conocer. They both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other. Ahora luego conocer. Nosotros conocemos a Julio y a su primo. Beatriz conoce París. Conocer her known person. Quiero conocer una actriz. When I'm going to meet or want to meet a person for the first time, usamos el verbo conocer. Yo conozco, tú conoces, él, ella, usted conoce. Nosotros conocemos, ustedes, ellos conocen. Saber y conocer. They both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other. Saber y conocer. They both need to know in Spanish, but you need to learn when to use each other.
All right, so there you go. One more little refresh for you. And hopefully that, I don't know, was helpful. So I thought it was pretty good. All right, so let's play our Kahoot and see where we're at. So let me pull that up for you, and please join us. Like I said, this is a super good review of all the stuff you need to know. All right, there it is. Thanks, Nora. We got one. If you're not on yet, try and get there. If you're having trouble, I'll give you a minute. About maybe 5 more people I need. Couple more. Who's left? If you haven't gone, sign up quick. Everybody still trying to get on? I think I have like 2 or 3 people. I don't know if you're still there. Unmute real quick and say I'm trying if you need me to wait a minute. Otherwise, we're just going to start. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start. If you need to join us late, feel free to do that. But please play so you get your practice. All right, good luck. Playing for some participation and extra credit. El ajedrez. All right, well, good job. Most of you knew it was chess. So that was just straight off your vocab. Okay, I got a couple vocab ones to start us off here. So nice job to you 5. Let's see where we go from here. Jugar a los bolos. Job. Bowling. There it is. Okay, a little movement there. Cheerleader. Good job. Okay, so think of cheerleaders as being very animated. Okay, they are. They're always jumping around doing cool stuff. El miembro is a member. El cantante is a singer. Cantar is to sing. And orquestra is orchestra. All righty. Looking good, Morgan. Everybody should surely know this. Okay, saber and conocer, to know. Okay, then we have to figure out which one you use, but you got to at least know they mean to know. A little movement on the board there. All right, which forms are irregular in saber and conocer? Okay, yo forms are irregular. Okay, the yo form of saber is yo sé with an accent on the E, and the yo form of conocer is also in the yo form. It is conozco. We have that Z in there. Otherwise, we have conozco. Okay, so look out for those irregular yo forms. Everything else is just normal ER endings. Okay, multi-select. Why use conocer? Couple answers here. Okay, pretty good. All right, so listen, you use conocer when you know a person or a place. Okay, we kind of think of that as being familiar with a person or a place. Either you know them, like you've been there and you've met this person, or you know of them, right? You've studied a lot about a certain place, or you've studied, know a lot about a certain celebrity. You're familiar with them. Okay, to know a fact is always saber. Okay, and to know how to do something is always saber. Okay, you gotta pick which one and the form. Okay, let's talk about it. Most of you got it. That's good. All right, so I know where the bathroom is. So first of all, that is a fact where it is. Second of all, as soon as you see a question word, donde, qué, quién, cómo, cuál, cuánto, okay, that is going to lead you to a fact, which is always saber, because you know where something is, when something is, how many there are. Okay, so that's always going to lead you to a fact, which is saber. Then the yo form we just said is irregular. So we have yo sé. Sabo is not a word. Okay. Nice job, Morgan. Okay, my friends know Michigan. Okay, which no is it? And then figure out the mis amigos form. It's like you got the hard part and then you missed what should have been easier, was deciding what matches my friends, they. Okay, it's not my friends and I, so it can't be we. All right, so it's the they form, so it'd have to be one of these. And let's see. My friends know Michigan. They know a place. They are familiar with it, so it has to be conocer. Charles, good work. Mi familia y yo, we know how to bowl. Okay, good. So we, it's got to be one of these. These are the we forms. And then we know how to do something is always going to be saber. Morgan back on top. Okay, so you have the to form here. All right, you know the professor, the famous teacher, Mrs. Silverly. Okay, so you know the teacher. Again, you know a person. You are familiar with a person, so that is always going to lead you to conocer. There's an extra little hint here, this ah. So here's the rule. If you use conocer with a person, you're going to have a little ah after it. Okay, so when you see that ah, it's got to be conocer if there's a person there. And then the to form, of course, is conoces. All right, 4 more questions. Switch into comparisons. What do you say less than? Someone is less funny, less tall, less interesting. Good job. So menos que. So remember, you can use that with an adjective or a noun. Someone is less tall than someone else. Or you could say someone has less cookies than someone else. Okay, so menos que and más que can be used with adjectives and with nouns. Okay, a couple more comparison questions. Look at it carefully here. Be careful. okay. Good news is you looked at it carefully. Most people got it right. All right, so let's look at this. So she is funnier than he is. So she is funnier, or in Spanish, you'd kind of say that as more funny. So first off, I would find the word more, right, which is más. So that would be these two. Menos is less and tan is as. So we're down to these two. Now I would look at the difference. Look, they're so similar, but this one's comico and this one's comica. So what do I have to look at? I have to look at the person that comes in front, which is she. So she is funnier, comica, okay, because it reflects the person that's in front. Okay, be very careful on that tomorrow. Take your time and choose the one, the adjective that goes with the person in front. Okay, Jose has as many friends. Now we're switching to a noun here. Ooh, better look at this one. All right, so as many friends as. So I would look at the word friends, which is amigos. That's the same in all of them. So now we have to think about what word goes with amigos. As many friends. So what you want to do is look at that. Amigos is masculine and plural. So this word tanto or tanta or tantos or tantas has to also be masculine and plural. So that's why this one's right. Let's look at this one that got a lot of people. Let me read you what this says. This would translate to Jose has as friends as Juan. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, it can't be as friends. We have a noun here. You have to change it to as many or as much by making it agree in number and gender, like tantos. Okay, so again, be careful. Tan and como are for adjectives. Tantos, etc., are for nouns when you're comparing nouns. Charles hanging on. Good job, Bryson. Okay, as blank as. Okay, so when you're saying somebody is as funny as, okay, the first as has to be tan. The second as has to be como. All right, I know in English they both translate to as, but in Spanish they're slightly different words. So the tan always comes first, the como always comes second. Okay, it just has to be that way. All right, I think we have maybe one more. Okay, so let's look at this. Only got 4 people right. All right, look. As much homework as. Look at the blue one. Remember we said tan, you just told me it means as. So does it make sense to say as homework as? No. You need it to be as much homework as. When you have a noun, listen to what I'm saying, in the middle, okay, you have to change this word to match it. Tanto, tanta, tantos, or tantas. So I would look, see if you have an adjective in there or a noun. All right, or think about what it means. Again, it doesn't make sense to say as homework as. Okay, that doesn't make sense. All right, let's look at our points here. Bonus point tomorrow going to Bryson. Nice work. 2 bonus points going to Deja. Nice work. And 3 going to Charles. Nice work, man. Little backup point here for Morgan and Nora. All right. Okay, so let's just come back together here real quick. Make sure you don't have any questions. Make sure you understand what is on your quiz tomorrow. Anything for the good of the group? Anything you want me to clarify? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is right now I'm recording this right now. So as soon as class is done, I will post this link under the YouTube videos. So you can go back and watch it as many times as you want to. Okay. Any other questions for the good of the group? Okay. Well, listen, if you have a question, you want to stick around for a minute, feel free to do that. Let me remind you, there's some textbook practice that some of you still haven't done. That's a really good review for your quiz tomorrow. Okay. Plus, I will get around to giving you points for that in the next day or two. So please do a little extra on that. You've got 20 minutes right now. Don't forget, you do have homeroom after this at 11. So don't forget to go to homeroom. And otherwise, go get your textbook stuff done, go study. I'll see you for your quiz tomorrow. Hasta luego. Stick around if you have a question.